Hello, everyone. It has been a long time since we've covered Star Atlas, and I wanted to go over some new content while looking at some older content. I'm not going to make this very long, but apparently Michael Wagner did a walkthrough on how to get into the game, talked about it, played in the game, and we're going to look at the section where he's flying a $30,000 valued ship by the actual marketplace, I believe is how it works, through demand, through people looking for. So $30,000 for a ship. Now, there is very expensive things in Star Citizen as well. We're accustomed to that for people that have been following Star Citizen. I think the Legatus package is somewhere in the $30,000 range. This ship is called the Pierce C9. And I thought to myself, you know, let's see what the Pierce C9 is at this early stage of the game. One of our algorithms letting us know around 18 minutes in, we get to see the Pierce 9. One thing that I thought was interesting is Michael actually taking the time to make a 38-minute kind of how-to tutorial, which I think I commented on sometime 4 months ago and said that they should have done a little bit better on editing the volume and a little bit more on the editing. I think they could have done a better job, you know, but the fact that he took the time to do it, respectable. But let's see what this $30,000 ship is like in Star Atlas at this particular very early stage. Let's just check it out.
Air, just another absolutely stunning environment to play around in. This is one of our capital ships that you're looking at here. This is actually the C9, the Pierce C9. There's a lot of depth in the lore. There are 8 different manufacturers in the game. Each one of those manufacturers have a different design style and aesthetic. Ships start at $15. They go all the way up to millions of dollars. This particular ship is a $30,000 asset.
By the way, notice he said millions of dollars. You know, like I really think when you're hitting that kind of money that people are just looking for a return on investment, that they're selling it essentially, or they're buying it essentially to sell it at a higher price. That's it. I don't think anybody's paying millions of dollars to actually fly the ship. I mean, at that point, I think that's absurdity. Maybe 30,000 even is absurdity. I mean, like for me, as somebody who is broke, that's absurdity. But okay, let's see. I mean, the scale on the ship, it is rather large, but it looks like just the outside of it. Let's see if we get the inside look.
But
do we get if there is an inside?
These are not just JPEGs that you're buying when you buy an asset from Star Atlas. And if you really wanted to, you could even jump in and test fly this ship today. And speaking of test flight, I should have mentioned this, but we do have free test flights available in the showroom every single day as well. It will rotate with 3 different ships, so not only do you get that Thimble ship that I was flying, the Floyd liner that you see in the distance.
I don't know if it's a smart move to be like throwing shade at a game that even if I don't even know if you'd consider it a competitor, since the people who are playing Star Citizen are very sci-fi oriented, you know, and I think it's counterproductive to be throwing shade at another sci-fi community, because like you're going to have people that are into sci-fi that might want to get into Star Atlas that might be really into Star Citizen, and then I think you'll lose them as customers if you do that.
But there's also a range of different ships and they rotate, so you can always jump in and experiment with a ship and see if you like it before you make any decision. You can see I kind of went through the ship here. So this is what we're talking about, early access. Not everything is polished, but I am now flying a C9. And we have different views that you can take. Here's the cannon.
It feels, it looks very arcadey at this point, even in a large ship to be moving like that. It does have the Unreal Engine physics, which I happen to like, very fluid. However, I feel like that's very fast for a large ship to be moving at that speed, and it looks a bit clumsy.
In view,
yeah.
3rd-person view, And then this is really the pilot view there. So
that's the boundary.
This thing is quite difficult to manage as you.
I don't know if he thinks it's not difficult to manage. He just flew past the boundary of what is flyable. So as you say that,
you can imagine. So with that, I won't actually be starting a dogfight match right now, and I'm just trying to get this thing turned around, and she is a real beast. So
it looks like she's stuck after going out of bounds. It looks like to me when the ship went through the boundary, when it comes back, snapping back, that it lost telemetry, and it's kind of not flyable at the moment. So he's making it out to be like this thing's really hard to fly.
Let me close out of this mode, take us back.
Also, I wonder how many times Michael's actually played his own game, you know. But you know what? Hey, let's keep going.
To the main menu once again.
I'm not trying to throw shade on Michael.
All right.
Michael's been very respectable to us.
And the last one I want to show off, there are some other cool modes, but in the spirit of time, I'll let you explore these on your own. Time trial, this is against other cars. So you're racing or against other vehicles. You're hover racing in a time trial course against NPCs. This is combat racing. So again, you're in the car racing, but you are shooting and destroying other vehicles as you go. I like to describe this one as kind of like...
Yeah, I'm not sugarcoating. I don't sugarcoat backspace. I mean, like, I'm realizing this is very beginning stages. You remember when Star Citizen first started out, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because they are literally in the very beginning stages of the development.
Next generation Mario Kart with really high-end game assets. And finally, the Gunplay Trainer. This is a third-person shooter map. This is also against bots.
They're trying to be... I don't know if they're showing it too soon. Cubes, like, I get the impression they are trying to show things too soon. I respect the fact that they're being this transparent. Like, I do respect the fact that, you know, things could look jank and they're still willing to show it. I mean, that at least shows me that they have some balls to show some of this off, because they don't have to show it in this state at all, you know.
Suffice to say, I'm extremely excited about the potential of multiplayer supported, and that's what the Surge stress tests are all about. But for now, if you just want to get in here and look for some people to kill, you can do that. So I'm only going to give you a quick test of my skills before I look bad.
Very basic, very basic. Sounds okay. They got more work to do to flush this out.
All right, and I am out of there. And there's a bunch of different items you can pick up on the map. Shotgun. This is grenade. Oops. Yeah. That was a poor throw. That was a poor
He threw a grenade on himself. That was good. I mean the is it all third person though? That's one thing that I'm wondering. There's no first person in this.
Bro, that was destined to happen.
It does have a Fortnite feel,
so,
yeah.
There are...
Like, this is very Fortnite feeling to me in terms of the gameplay on the ground.
Different items you can pick up as you play. This is also competitive in a way, just against the bots, but the idea here is... The idea is that you're getting points, and your points will also go on the leaderboard, so you can see if you can get yourself...
I mean, they're doing it with Unreal Engine, and when I'm looking at other Web3 games, I do have to say, in their defense, that like a lot of the Web3 games out there look horrible, and that's being nice. At least this has some polish to it, but yeah, not my style. It has a Fortnite feel, no first person, graphics pretty decent, environments very good, but not my style of combat here.
Up to the leaderboard. With that, I think I've embarrassed myself enough here. Let me click back to the main menu. A lot to check out here, so I've already been talking for quite a while on this.
The ship designs look sweet. Some of these ship designs actually look sweet. Yes, you can actually walk in them as well, which is respectable. I like that. I don't like that you're stuck in a third-person point of view. I would like a first-person point of view format. Flying the ships look very arcadey. Fighting at this point looks very arcadey. I hope there's some type of game design in the future where we do get a first-person format and where flying, even though movements are smooth, still all of this still feels very arcadey. The large ship worth 30,000 doesn't feel like I mean, I feel the largeness of it, but I'm not seeing any interior. The flying looks very arcadey, and I can't justify it at this point. I can't justify it at this point. I'm glad they have some level of play modes, which is an improvement. So we do have play modes now. We're seeing advancements with it. Now let's get into this, because this is really what I wanted to get into here. Dominic, who is a member in our Discord and the community manager, put out a new video here, and it looks like the environments of planets or worlds. So I'm very curious about that. He says a universe coming to life, work in progress. So let's check out some of maybe the environments. I'm not quite sure what they're showing off here. Yeah, see, some of the ship designs are really sweet looking. I mean, I like that I can go inside the ship. I do like some of these ship designs are really killer. Like the ship designs on some of these are amazing. Flying first person, which is nice. I still think it is very fluid. It's the Unreal Engine. Physics will be nicely flushed out as well. I think they are, like Matt Stow said, going with default on a lot of this right now, which is to be expected at the stage that they're at. I'm sure they can fine tune it in the future. I definitely want to see more. I want to see first person with your character. So this is I think this is a really important stage to voice up as somebody who has been interested in Star Atlas. And I think it's important that the Star Atlas community start to voice up now as well. My experience in the journey of Star Citizen is this is the stage where you should be the most vocal. And I don't know how many Star Atlas content creators are out there. I'm not very aware of the Star Atlas content creator world, but I would say, as somebody who's been covering Star Atlas for about 2 years now, that I can say I've seen progress, for the most part, positive. However, this particular stage, this junction we're at, out of my experience with Star Citizen, is when you should be the most vocal, because the times they can put the changes in are now in terms of the very core game mechanics. I definitely want to see first person when you're on foot. It's almost like a must-have. If it's only third person on the ground, it's going to be a pass for me. It's going to be one of those things that's going to be hard for me to get around, because I don't like that Fortnite feel. I understand probably has more of a mass appeal, though. Perhaps it's being built out that way because it's got more mass appeal. I mean, we see how big Fortnite is, right? So maybe that's who they're building it out for. But as a sci-fi fan, I would say, and again, this is just coming from the generation I do, and the type of gamer I am, I think first person is where it's at. It's where it's at. Soundtrack's good. What was that? Was that a ship? That's different. That was cool. Seamless experience on planetary landing. That's okay. Very, very beginning stages, by the way. Okay, like let's keep that in mind. What's up, Griffin? How you doing, man? Welcome back. Very beginning stages, by the way. So let's keep that in mind as we're watching this. But the travel, interesting. So they're showing work being done and traveling in system. There will be multiple systems. There will be gates that you can use to jump to different systems. Probably on shards, I'd imagine. I'm not quite sure exactly how the server tech works. I need to look into it and research it a little bit more. But I didn't know this. This is interesting. So no cutscenes. It's just one seamless. It's one seamless down to. They're taking cues from Star Citizen, which is really smart. What's up, Scholastic? I would also imagine that in terms of being able to craft, and I don't know, again, like, because I haven't researched this aspect of it, but I'm imagining, since it's like Web3 gaming, crypto oriented, and that you're actually, you know, able to accrue real life wealth in the game, that their economy is going to be built out and scaled out on a level that maybe other games are not. We can get like an EVE Online styled, you know, actual real player demand thing going on in Star Atlas. I would be much in favor of that. And I feel as if that might be the way things are going to be, because I'm looking at this particular structure and it looks like some type of refinery or manufacturing plant. And I would love to be able to build my own bases and have my own structures and pump out product and sell it for Atlas coin, and then, you know, make money in game and then trade the Atlas coin and then exchange it for fiat and maybe buy some Bitcoin with it. You know, like, to be able to have like these digital assets and own them is a lot different. Like, Web3 gaming is going to hit somehow. I'm not quite sure how people are going to adopt Web3 gaming, but I know it's going to happen, because you're going to be able to make money from a video game. And a lot of people go, and there's a lot of negatives attached to that. And I understand those arguments. But at the end of the day, if you can play a game and have fun and make money in it, and it's as simple as that, I mean, it seems like the way gaming would go. There's a lot of like sci-fi movies like this right now, like Ready Player One and others out there. And I just kind of see it sliding that way eventually.
The greatest intersection of these spaces of outward expansion and inward.
So interestingly enough, when you're seeing this, right, this actually is the quantity of the ore, of the copper ore, right? This price would then be the price of the Atlas token that you would receive. And that is real tangible value, you know, according to whatever the market's pricing the Atlas token at. Now, whether it's laughable or not is another thing, because 0.0007 of one Atlas token, let's see. And again, this is a mock-up, but let's see. Hold on one second. I mean, let's just do the math on this to see right now. Star Atlas token. Okay, so we've got the Star Atlas token at 0.002225. So it's essentially 0.0007 of one Star Atlas token is how I would read that as a trader. So, you know, it's fractions. It's already the actual real life tangible value of the Star Atlas token is 0.2 of a penny. Okay. This is 0.0007 of 0.2 of a penny, right? So let's be real about this. When people come into this game that are more serious and they have a robust economy, if they do, which is totally, you need a player base. You need a large player base. If you have a large player base and you have mass adoption, that's when demand will come in. Demand will bring up prices naturally based upon how many players are playing. The token will then go up in price, and then perhaps in-game pricing will also go up based upon how many people are actually playing the damn game, right? If you see this confluence and you're starting to see people come in like crazy, demand should naturally raise pricing. But right now, laughable. Again, laughable. 0.0007 of a 0.002 of a penny token is fractions beyond fractions right now. So, you know, if you're doing all this work to get copper ore, again, you're not getting paid a lot. But again, this is all very beginning stages. This could be just a template. This could be just a placeholder. You know what I mean? Like this again, the economy's not even in the game yet. You know, they're just giving you an idea of like, here we go. So interesting, because every commodity will have its own price, and according to like actual player demand, will line up to how valuable these things are in the game. Like how much more you're going to need copper ore versus diamond, how rare diamond is versus copper ore. Everything should translate into the game according to natural human demand, and hopefully what you see when adoption comes in is value naturally increasing as demand increases for these things. What you can build in the game, I'm not quite sure. But I mean, like, these things happening naturally due to player demand are that's the juice. That's, as somebody who's into that type of gaming, who likes economies in games, the best type of demand is player demand, because you need these things to craft, to for multiple things. You know, for ammo, you need it for fighting other people, and you know, like, natural demand should bring up prices, but then you have to really seriously depend upon adoption. You have to have people come in and play this game because of what? And I've said this 1,000 times: fun. It has to be fun.
Yes, you're not gonna hit me.
And I think that is the key. Like, always focus on fun. Fun first, crypto secondary, tertiary, you know, crypto, all that, like, that comes after the fact. Fun has to be the key ingredient. And then if you build it, they will come. And naturally, coming into the game, how fluid they can make it when somebody gets into the game and understand this. Because there are a couple things that are detrimental in adoption right now. First off, somebody has to have a crypto wallet. A lot of people don't even know what the fuck a crypto wallet is. And then they have to learn about that. Are they going to take the time to learn about it? How easy is the process going to be? I think you can hook your Phantom wallet up to this, and Phantom's doing a lot of work to make things more seamless. Solana's been doing a really good job as well. This is on the Solana blockchain. Solana just came out with something called Blinks, which is a really cool app where people can pay you in Solana through a link, and it's like 2 clicks, which is a new payment system, which I think is going to be like revolutionary and help people get over from Web 2 over to Web 3. It's going to take some time, but it's already showing, the numbers are already really positive on this Blinks. But anyway, let's keep going.
Intersection of these spaces of outward expansion and inward expansion is embodied by Star Atlas. Star Atlas is a new metaverse. It's going to open up the final frontier, the intergalactic frontier.
Yeah, privatizing perceived value. All money is perceived value collectively. Like, the more people believe in it, the more adoption something has, the more it's commonly privatized. The dollar is privatized perceived value. Just a lot of people believe in it. A lot less now than there was a year ago.
ontological awakening. It's going to allow us.
I don't like this track. This guy's going like this track with this dude going like gaga over Star Atlas. Like, I think it's more harmful than good, man. This guy's like, Star Atlas is the answer to everything. When I wake up, Star Atlas is in my mind. When I'm going to the bathroom, Star Atlas hands me my toilet paper to wipe my ass with. Thank you, Star Atlas. like this guy's going completely
to stargate beyond the bounds of the imagination, to literally become starlight. This metaverse will augment our minds.
Did they get Matthew McConaughey? This totally sounds like Matthew McConaughey.
And augment our world and finally allow us to show ourselves to ourselves.
Is that who that is? Yeah, that guy's Terrence McKenna. Is that his name? Yeah. There's a dude, I can't remember the name of the dude, but there's a semi-popular dude that talks about it. That clip's taken from Brain Games. I think he was the host of Brain Games. Hold on. Yeah, the guy who's talking like that, by the way, was the host of Brain Games. His name is Jason Silva. Right there, if you guys, that's the guy. This guy is tripped out, man. He's got some crazy ideas. I watched his channel one time. He was going completely metaphysical, man. He had me in a philosophical roll and tumble like I couldn't believe. He's on another planet right now, this dude. Jason Silva is his name, I'm pretty sure. And then I don't know who Keegan Michael Key is. I don't know. Oh, there was another guy who was the host of Brain Games. That's what's going on. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Jason Silva is the dude who does, he's talking like that. Okay, the shield graphics are very early. I like the shield graphics. I do not like the fire. I do not like the projectile graphics. Hold on a second. No. Shields okay. Firing projectile, kinetic, whatever we're talking about here, laser blobs. Not quite sure I'm down with that. It's way too early 2000s vibe on that. And I'm not. The sounds got better. The sounds got better. Wait a second. Wait a second. Did we just go first person? I bet there's people screaming at me when I was saying it's only third person about 15 minutes ago. All right. Does it only do that when you aim? Does it only do that when you aim, though? Does it only do that when you aim? I mean, I'm glad it does that when you aim, but like, it would be great if in other circumstances you could walk around like that for real. I mean, the vibe here in the underground's feeling good. All right. Not bad. Exactly, Greg. Exactly what I was saying earlier. Again, beginning phases, there's so much that needs to happen here with the texturing. All the textures need, you know, a little bit of polish. And again, this will come in after the fact. They're just doing level design here. So they're showing off certain places, and it's very base for them. The character animation's not too bad. Characters don't look too bad. More work needs to be done there. I'm actually, I mean, I'm a little bit pleasantly, I'm a little bit pleasantly surprised watching this. A lot of work still needed to be done though. Interesting. All right. Hey, it's going the right direction. I mean, like, you know, I've been watching this a while. We've been screaming for some type of gameplay. We're seeing more gameplay. We're seeing more game modes. You know, the $30,000 ship, debatable. I mean, like, in my mind, no. I want to see interiors. I want that thing, like, I need much more on a ship that's $30,000 than what we saw. But again, very beginning stages. But I'm glad that Dominic is on it and showing this. This should definitely go on the Star Atlas channel. Like this video should definitely be on the Star Atlas channel, not Dominic's. But like, you know, again, my, you know, you could edit up that. You could edit up everything that you saw right there and put that on Star Atlas's channel. Because on Star Atlas channel, there hasn't been anything new for about 3 months. I would put that up there as an update. And, you know, I will continue to follow this. I will continue to follow this. I'm very curious about where we're going to go with Web3 gaming, how long it's going to take to get the adoption needed to get it off the ground. I think Star Atlas still the only one out there that has any chance of getting the adoption needed to really springboard Web3 to where it needs to go. If anybody else out there has another developer, let me know. I was saying this about Star Citizen earlier. I was saying there's no other developer out there with Star Citizen I see trying to do what Cloud Imperium's doing with Star Citizen in terms of scope. And some guy, or multiple people actually, in the comments were telling me to look at Fleet Yard Studios. I believe that's the name of them, with a game called Starship something or other. We watched it this morning. That highlight will be out. I didn't think that it nearly captured the scope of Star Citizen. I'm not too concerned about the scope when we're talking Star Atlas. I'm more worried about the fun factor and the adoption factor to get Web3 springboarded where it needs to go. Because there needs to be a game out there that's fun, that people will gravitate to, that many people will like to play, that will onboard people into the Web3 world and digital assets and make it easy and a smooth experience. And the game that does that is going to be set up very sweet for the next decade or more. Is Star Atlas going to be the one? I don't know. But I don't see any other on this level. I don't see any other yet on this level. There is literally no challenger to Star Atlas right now.